I said, send me the link. I think I'm live. We're having issues. We're in Seaside, Florida. As you guys know, I'm from Nashville. I just got back from a long flight home. I was in Nice and Monaco, and Stephanie's going to send this link so most people get it. We had the wrong link. Did you send it to me yet?
Yes, it's on your WhatsApp.
It's on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Let me do this really quick, everyone.
That's the link everyone has in the groups.
Okay. Let me do this because I'm trying to get a few people that I just met with, and I'm getting ready to explain to you guys what we just did. I apologize. I am not that great, as you guys know, at technology. Thank goodness for Nicole and Stephanie and everyone else. But yeah, so I just got back from Monaco in France and went over to Italy briefly. And the trip home was to go to France, to drive to France from Monaco, and then take a flight to JFK, and then take the flight from JFK to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to Seaside, Florida. We got here about 2:00, I think, in the morning. I fell asleep in the van. We actually were greeted by Cheryl, an amazing lady that was very excited because she knew about the root products and was very happy to meet us. It was just a coincidence, but I don't really believe in coincidences. So it was very interesting to meet her. She is just ordering and starting on the root brands. And in Monaco, I'll have to show you, there's a magazine. We did the Forbes. I hate doing this because I feel like I'm bragging about myself, but there's an article inside. We're going to send it to our top people in our communities and share it. So Destin with Plant Off Advisors and the CEO of Forbes and the chief editor, Nancy, I want to say a special thank you to them. Lexi and to Janelle, Yulia with the EWA, Lauren, all of you guys that we met with were amazing people. And Ruth and Dr. Christina Rahm threw a pre-party, a gala before the gala, the night before, and we had the Bloom twins who are from Ukraine, and then we had Paris, two major groups singing that have had major hits throughout the world, and they opened for us, and it was at Twiga, and we had a really fun event. It was really great. We got to meet Louise, who is the CEO of Forbes, and then later at the gala, I got to meet Nancy, Greta, a lot of just amazing people that really were helping us with everything that we're doing in this mission. So it was a long trip, but it was a good trip. I will be here till Saturday, and then I'm going to fly back to Dubai. I'm speaking at the Future Innovation Summit and doing a couple of meetings and talks on all the different things that we're going to be doing and we are doing with Dr. Christina Rahm and the root community, as well as Envirom, which is the environmental company that we're getting ready to launch, and as well as CTC, which is the doctor brand. So we have Cure the Causes, which are the books and some of the patents. And then we have and some of the innovative technology, but we have CTC, which is the doctor brand we will be launching in Malta. And that will be in November. I will go from there to Bali, actually, for the First Ladies Initiative. And this is just a lot of noise when I talk about it. It's probably like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. But really the goal is to help people worldwide. And, people have a really hard time. I'm going to tell hi to everyone. People have a really hard time in life. Life is not easy, actually. I have some news, too. It's not always easy for me. I'm operating on very little sleep right now, but I'm energized by the people around me. There's such amazing leaders in the platinum and the silver groups with Root, amazing people that I've met all over the world that really help with the mission of improving life. When we went to the Modern Nirvana event, which Patrick Moen really set up, and Kat Graham and I got to do meetings and talks and everything together. She's another amazing individual that does a lot for women all over the world. And for me, having 3 boys and a girl, I'm going to just tell everyone, I feel guilt because I leave so much. I'm very fortunate to have my son Duquesne and Preston. They work with us. They help with the kids. Stephanie came here to help with the kids as well. My parents come and stay with the kids, but still I'm the mom, and I need to be there for my younger 2 because they only have a couple more years at home. So after I get off this, I will go to the beach and see my daughter, Merritt Ella. And I will probably do some work. And then I get to see my friends. I get to see Joy and Crystal and Mimi and a bunch of the people that I know from Nashville and Brentwood here in Seaside because it's fall break. And I'm saying all this because that's my life. Like you see things on social media that look beautiful or look fun. The reality is when we go to these meetings, we sleep about 3 to 4 hours because we have so many meetings surrounding the actual dinners that we have at the end of the night. And it's a lot of work. And the people that are at those meetings, they're really great at social media. They're really great at PR. They're really great at marketing. And so they look beautiful, right? But again, life is not all beauty. There's chaos around life and there's things that aren't perfect. It's not easy. It's a lot of hard work. The teams that I work with, it's not me doing this. It's all of us doing this. I see Nicole, I see Susan on this. I see Cheryl, Annette, all of you guys. Listen, we all do this together. Without the people surrounding all of this, without, for example, ISNS and John Hayden and Dory and Dr. Omar and Claire and Zhuzha, Dr. Keshkesh, all these people, Dr. Tina, we all do this together. And I really want to get that across to everybody because there's this misconception that Christina does all these things. And yes, I work very hard. And yes, it's not an easy life right now, but it's the combination of all these amazing people and the love that they share that makes life work for me and for all of us. And it's the prayers, it's the spirituality around it. I get attacked a lot. I met with this amazing lady named Greta and this other amazing lady who's the chief editor of Forbes in Monaco, Nancy. And they were talking about how everyone feels this need, especially as women, to look a certain way, to be skinny, to look perfect, to have makeup on, to always have their hair done. But I mean, look at my hair right now. It's not great, actually. And my makeup isn't either. But a lot of times on social media, I do look like this person that's almost perfect. And that couldn't be further from the truth. We need to empower each other despite our weaknesses and because of our weaknesses, and not because we're beautiful, and not because we're famous, not because we have money, not because of anything. Unconditional love is about loving people no matter what. That is the best gift you could ever give anyone. Yes, it's important to give the gift of, for example, the root products. I think they're amazing. They help the city on the inside feel love. They help the cells communicate. I believe that the root products, from my personal opinion, are there to really give life to the body. And even as the person that did patents that reversed aging and got rid of nuclear waste in the environment or in people, I was an inventor of a patent that did 168 claims. And then I filed multiple other patents, but those patents mean nothing without love and nothing without goodness and kindness. I know there's this misconception that you have to have a position of power and do things that are not kind to be a leader. And that's not true. I say this all the time. You're here to lead and serve. And the best thing you can do is to give everyone this unconditional love and unconditional support. I see you, Susan. I hear you, Nicole. And everyone's saying that the video has stopped. I don't think it stopped. Stephanie, can you please check on that? They're saying it stopped, but I don't believe it has. So I really want to say this. I know that the root products, when you look at Clean Slate and Restore and Relive and Mitochondria Shield and Give Me Back My Youth, my goal was to make those products and really give them to people and to share them with the world. But anyway, more than that, I'll be honest, my passion is to help humanity. It's been a rough couple of years. Sometimes I feel like I'm living in a movie or a book that I don't want to live in and I don't want to be in. And I get very upset. And I could pull the covers over my head and not do anything, or I can just stand up and try to do the right thing. I live with guilt, for example. I leave my kids, I leave my parents, I leave my friends. But all I can do is give the time I have where I am and love with all my heart and love unconditionally. And that's what I want this whole community to do. You know, it's time to spread peace and love and happiness. It's time to spread that there is something better and higher than us. There's someone that loves us. And that's my secret. People ask me a lot, what is your secret? My secret is I know that God loves me. I know that there's a higher calling for me. I know that my time is limited on earth, but I know that I'm here to do good things. I know I have an amazing family with my children and my parents and my sister and brother. And I know the family in the corporate office and the Root family that they care about me no matter when I fail, no matter what I look like, no matter if my hair's done or my lashes are done or if I'm wearing makeup, right? That's a gift. We all fail. We all make mistakes, but we're in this together. So if you could give any gift to anyone, that would be the gift. I was just talking to a dear friend of mine. I'm trying not to cry when I'm saying this. He lost his father, and he was telling me how his father loved him unconditionally and spent time with him and gave him those gifts. And he was his hero. And I thought about my parents. They're my hero, right? They love me unconditionally. I can't even tell you the support. But what if I didn't have parents like that? What if I didn't have parents? And my parents aren't perfect, but they are amazing and they love me and they've been a stability for me. Clayton loves me. He's a stability for me. The kids love me. They're major stability for me. I mean, I'm supposed to be their stability, and I hope I am, but they're mine too. The people in the corporate office are mine. I mean, we love each other. But what if you didn't have parents that loved you like that? What if you didn't have people around you? You've got to dig deep and understand that there's something much higher that's there. There's a calling on your life to do things. There's a mission for your life. To think that it's my mission is a completely a misunderstanding. It's our mission. And to give in to the thought that there's so much darkness in this world that you don't want to participate in what's going on can't happen. What you have to do is instead step up and understand, stop feeling sorry for yourself, stop feeling selfish, stop thinking I'm going to quit. Believe me, I do all those things too. So I'm not telling everyone, there's many days I do that. Stop thinking so and so doesn't love me or care enough about me. Instead, empower yourself to be the one that's loving. Empower yourself to be the light. Empower yourself to forgive and to allow others not to be perfect in the way that they love you, but understand they're doing their best too. And then empower yourself to say bye to those people that are abusive or do things wrong. Empower yourself to not be a victim, but to stand up against people that aren't doing the right thing. You know, Greta said to me, she's from Europe, and she said, you know, Christina, it's got to be hard to do all the things you're doing. I said, yes, I've been sued by so many men that want to take my brain or want to take everything about me. They say they don't like my education or it's not good enough. They will criticize me just because I don't want to work with them instead of them going on a mission to serve their life and be better. They choose to attack me because they think that gives them power. And she said to me, why aren't you talking about that? She said, I didn't realize that. I watched you and I think, gosh, she said it was so hard for her in Europe, but she said, it seems like it's really easy for you in the United States. I said, not at all. I've had to endure a lot of attacks. That's hard for me. But she said, then why aren't you speaking about it? Because when she watched what I did, I don't talk enough about the fact that I worked for the biotech and pharmaceutical companies, that I worked with governments, that I worked on environmental projects, I worked on pharmaceutical biotech projects, and now I choose to do something in the nutraceutical space so that I can help people throughout the world by empowering them through products that give the inside of their body and the outside of their body the nutrients and love it needs, that get rid of the bad things. And she said, why aren't you sharing that truth? And why aren't you sharing how hard it's been for you? So that people understand, because that's part of you. You've seen all these things. You've been to all these countries. You go to the Middle East all the time, and not just the beautiful parts of the Middle East, but also parts that are dangerous and parts that people don't go to. Why don't you share that? And why don't you share the fact that Root was a solution you came to so you could help the most people you could help at this point in your life? And I said, you're right. I need to share that more. I need to show my heart more. And I'm trying. So I'm asking you guys to try with me, to stand up and to try to do the right thing, to stand up and be who you are, support those that are good. It has been a horrific experience to go through something where there's viruses all over, bacteria, fungus, everything, but be empowered because your body is so smart. You weren't meant to have autoimmune disorders. You weren't meant to have cancer. We have heavy metals and we have nuclear items all in our environment that impact our health. So you got to stand up and give your body what it needs. And it takes time. It took years to put those heavy metals in your body. It took years for the environmental factors to cause this negative effect inside your body. So instead, what you've got to do is you've got to understand for the rest of your life, try to do something positive. Try to do something good for the inside of your body. Try to empower it. And that's my message to you today. I get to get off of this and spend time with my family and my friends. I get to share the thankfulness that I have to all these people I've met recently. And I hope to see many of you guys soon. We're planning an event in March that I'd love to invite you guys to. It'll be in Mexico. We'll send information out on that later. Also, Indonesia, the EWA is having an event that I'm going to speak at. I'm going to invite people in the RIT community if they can come to Indonesia. And then Malta at the MedTech event is going to be a huge event for us as well. So I hope everyone has a fantastic day. I'm going to keep it at a limited time. Clay's not on today. He's actually doing a live with Nicholas Vinyamin. And I'm going to tell you guys how thankful I am for you. Thanks so much. Thanks to the corporate team at Root and DRC. And thanks for the people building all these different things. Special thanks to Clayton and Ted. We did a lot of work. And to Dustin and Lexi and Janelle, who did a lot of work. And again, I could go on and on. Nancy and Greta and Luis and all the people that are part of Forbes in Monaco. Very thankful. And I'll be sending, like I said, this out to some of you guys. It's really neat. The article's inside. Let's see if I can. It was interesting to see it in the hotels and everywhere in Monaco because it's a Monaco, I can't say it right, event, but it's about, let me read the heading, empowering people to heal themselves and the planet. So let's do it together because it's not me. That's a misconception. Root is a start. It puts what you need in your body so you can go on to the mission that you're meant to do. So anyway, have a fantastic day, everyone.